I have some video of the utter insanity that is now pervading the so-called gun rights movement in this country. No fewer than 5 national food and beverage chains have now told groups that they cannot bring their guns, they cannot show up with guns to their locations. This includes Starbucks, Wendy's, Applebee's, Jack in the Box, and Chipotle. And now Chili's and Sonic are getting into the mix. There's this group called Open Carry Texas in San Antonio, Texas. They're a group that I guess just likes to show up places with very large assault-style rifles and film the reaction and try to get service and get meals there. They did this at a Sonic, and I have some video of it for you, and they were told to leave. And as they're leaving, they start saying that, we have to leave because we're not safe here, because we're not allowed to carry our guns. Check out these guys. Just look at this. I mean, this is just insane what is happening in our country. Check this out.
Yeah, the cops are cool. Yeah.
Okay, total for number 1 will be 553, total for number 2 will be 648, total for number 3, 737, number 4, 640, 659, number 6, 681, number 5, 1015, and number 7, 746. Anything else?
Yeah.
No, wait outside though.
Can we wait outside?
I'm not gonna serve you on this.
Hello?
Yeah, cancel the orders. All right, have a good day, sir. All right. Man, that's the second time in a row. Dang. Man, we can't do nothing. I feel like I'm a kid again. My mom won't let me do anything. God damn. I should have showed him the interview with the cop we just did. God dang.
That's the manager. I'm headed to the Casa, guys.
Going home?
Yeah.
All right, brother.
There's another clip which is just way too sickening to even show you, where they go to a Chili's, and while they're trying to get a table with all of their assault rifles, people come up to them and start asking to take pictures with them, almost like these guys are celebrities, Lewis. Can you imagine anything like this? If I go in, not that I go to any of these chains, but let's say I was somewhere in the country where you had no choice but to go to one of these chain restaurants. If I go in there and there are these gun-toting guys filming themselves being really cool with their assault rifles, I leave immediately and I never go back to that chain, period.
Yeah, I've seen this here in downtown Austin. I've seen the, I guess, demonstrations, you can call them, and I've seen the people taking pictures, and it's kind of like, down here, it's almost like a tourist attraction. But I guess I agree with you. I mean, I'm siding with the restaurants on this one who are deciding to not allow these guns inside.
The problem we're increasingly learning is not so much about, is it a good guy with a gun or a bad guy with a gun, the way we hear from the NRA, but it's also about, is this someone who is mentally well or is this someone who is mentally ill? And for me, disagree with me if you want. Call me crazy if you want. Call me anti-American as you want, as I know some will because of these comments. My default position when I see someone who carries a gun into a public place simply to make a statement about Second Amendment rights in the absence of any other necessity or impetus, to me, that is not a mentally well individual on some level.
Well, I don't know if I would go that far. I think maybe just confused, maybe just desperate. I wouldn't necessarily call them mentally ill. But let me put it this way.
Let me be clear, though, Lewis.
I probably wouldn't want to hang out and have a beer with them.
I'm not saying diagnosably mentally ill, but I am saying not systemically mentally well. And I think that those are two totally different things. And I agree with you. I would want to be nowhere near that individual.
Maybe we can just say not of sound mind.
Not of sound mind, I think, covers it pretty well. We are member supported, and there's a whole other show that we do just for our supporters. Get all of those member benefits right now by going to davidpakman.com/membership.